Part 4 of how I left my toxic chiropractor job and started my business with no money and no clients. So we left off with the business partner and I splitting the money and being fully booked. It quickly became apparent to me that she wasn't quite as into the business as I was, and it was starting to cause a lot of problems. It was okay for the first couple weeks, but I realized early on that we had different ideas about how we should deal with financials, and she was starting to kind of like cancel sessions and just not really be fully present to the business and doing the work that she agreed to. And I started to get worried and we started having some arguments, and it just wasn't really going very well. I remember when I set up my business bank account, the person who was setting up the bank account, she was a Jamaican woman, and she said something along the lines to me of, the only kind of ship that doesn't sail, a partnership. And that just started ringing in my head because our sale was broken. Let's just say about 3 weeks, maybe a month after we got the groupon check and things were really busy, the business partner, she decided to hire someone without telling me to come do her groupon sessions. And she kind of just sprung it on me, and she was going to pay this person. So she was going to pay this person. I just kind of made peace with it. I was like, okay, you're going to manage them, you're going to pay them, so whatever, as long as they're getting done. And pretty much right after she hired this person, who turned out to be amazing, and I'm still friends with her today. I'm so glad. That was another blessing in disguise. I'm so glad that she hired this person and that I got to work with her and that I got to become friends with her. So let me just put that out there right now. But pretty much right after she hired this person, she moved to California and just kind of like up and moved. We had been arguing, so we weren't really on the best of terms to communicate well. I'll put that out there. And I don't know that I was being my best self. I was feeling very stressed, but she was definitely in the wrong here. So she up and moved to California and supposedly was going to continue paying the person that she hired, which she did not do. She left, our friendship crumbled, our partnership crumbled, and I was left with these pretty much 2,000 massages to do at $21 each, now at $10.50 each, because she left with her part of the money and left me to not only do these massages, but pay a person who was there. Now I could have made a choice not to keep that person there, but I really liked her, and I couldn't do all of that by myself. I was getting buried, and everything was starting to feel really overwhelming. She ended up staying and working with me I was basically broke. Like, I had no money. I was really kind of in a deep ocean at the bottom of it, kind of suffocating it. That's sort of how it felt at the time, and it was very stressful. And now we're out of time, but I'm going to tell you more in the next video about how I made it through that and how the difficulties, but also the good that came out of it, because there was a lot of lessons that I had to learn really quickly. It's been really fun to just tell more of my story, because I don't think I'm alone here. Maybe this part is unique, but I think each of you have experienced some part of this, and so it's good to hear that everything's just not roses, right? Like, I didn't just wake up with business knowledge and money and start a business and everything was just smooth. I struggled my butt off to get to the point of where things felt any kind of smooth. I'll share the next part tomorrow.